Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and it is. Whoa, let me get my microphone over here. It's so far away. I bet I sounded like I was a mile away, wasn't I? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Armassus, and you're watching Armassus Live, and we're back. Today is Valentine's Day. I want to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're doing something wonderful with a loved one, and if you're just hanging out single, that's okay. I hope you're doing something fun, enjoyable. I don't know. Maybe you ordered like donuts or something like that. And you're on a diet, or you're playing video games, or diving into some Final Fantasy video games or TCG, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter. I just hope you're doing well. You're happy. You're taking care of yourselves. And I just want to do a quick check right now on the audio. Okay, great. Audio is good. On top of that, let's see here. Any other announcements? Oh, yeah. So we got some great stuff today. Today is a news day, of course, and we got some exciting stuff to go through. My email, of course, is in the video link description, armassuslife@gmail.com. Also, links to betterhelp.com for mental health. Mental health, super important. Make sure you're please taking good care of yourselves. And I think any other news? Oh, yes. So tomorrow, if you head over to my Twitch, to the old Twitchers, I think I'm going to be playing some Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, which, if you know me, I'm not a multiplayer person. It's funny because I like to play trading card games with other people, but when it comes to multiplayer video games, no thank you. But I'm gonna give it a shot. There's too many characters in the TCG that I don't know anything about. Like Ishtola, I don't know who she is. You know, and so I want to get into the game and try to figure out who she is. Also, you know, I heard the single player is pretty good. So head over to my Twitch, do that. Please remember to like, subscribe, follow. Thank you for all of those who have joined this wonderful, beautiful community. Nothing but love here for you all. And I think I've babbled on enough. Let's jump in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here we go. It looks like we're good to go. My transitions here. What are we jumping into first? So a lot of good stuff has come out, a bunch of Opus 13 in news, but let's see. I think what we're going to be starting with, if we're correct. Oh, yes. Reminders. That's what we're doing. I'm using my video, my animation cues here for reminders. So what I want to remind you all is to go back, check out my old videos. I want you to check out my old videos as not only of like stuff that I've already done, but lessons learned, you know, as videos have improved, to hopefully inspire, encourage those of you getting you into video recording, streaming. Everything's done live here. So sometimes I'm just a complete mess and I'm just babbling. I don't know where I'm going. Believe it or not, I'm actually just making it up as I go along. I know, right? I'm that good. I'm just kidding. Sometimes I gotta be a mess. Anyway, please go check out yesterday's, or I guess last week's. Yesterday was last week. Yeah, last week's or yesterday's video. It's all the same. We did box opening of Opus 13. It was fantastic. We got some crazy good full art pulls. And other than that, like the legends, everything was just like boom, 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 hit. It was fantastic. Want to share that experience with you all, so go check that out. So that was from yesterday. We don't typically do booster box openings on Saturdays. I'm usually out playing the game with a friend of mine. But we had a snow day here in Seattle. Safer to stay home. Also remember, make sure you're social distancing, wearing a mask. Just to clarify, the friend that I do meet is constantly isolated, just like I am too. So we are careful. If at any time we do feel compromised or whatever, we don't meet up together. So do the right thing. Remember, show love for yourself, show love for others. And let's see here. What do we got next on our news? So again, please go check out our videos. So what we want to talk about first off, to start us off here, of course, is the deck box here. And specifically what I want to first get into is the Chaos Boss deck. Is that what it's called? What is it called? The Boss Deck Chaos Edition. Yes, that's right. That's what it's called. So we want to cover that first. Well, I got the whole thing confused here. I'm gonna kind of go back and forth to my notes here. So the boss deck, Chaos. Yes, we have a few samples that are on the site. This has been up there for a while. I'm talking about it now because the release is coming up here next month, just a few short weeks, and I'm excited. I hope you're excited. This thing has sold out. It sold out quickly. I believe the Square Enix North America site still has some. The only downside is shipping and handling kills. But you know what? At this point, I would just go there, maybe order 2 or 3. Just bite the bullet for the huge shipping cost, because if you're gonna go try to buy off anybody else, like on eBay or whatnot, most likely it's going to be double the price and you'll probably end up saving money anyway. So if you got in kind of late, it's probably best just to go there for now while they still have supplies. But I'm done babbling. Let's take a look at some of the samples provided to us on the Square Enix website. We start off with Chaos. Now, interestingly, you look at this card and my first thoughts was, oh, this is the legendary out of Opus 1. It doesn't appear to be so. This is a sample card. The art may differ, but if you go look at the Opus 1 Legend Chaos card, the text is completely different. And I don't know, I'm a little confused on this though, honestly. If this is going to be a completely different card or what. But it does say, Chaos cannot leave the field due to your opponent's summons or abilities. If Chaos is on the field, Chaos can produce CP of any element, which is just like the other card. Remove Chaos from the game. Select one of the 2 following actions. So it looks like you have the option to remove Chaos from the game. Choose 1 life forward, break it. Play 1 card named Feral Chaos from your hand onto the field. So this is a little bit different. Very interesting. Let me know your thoughts on this card. So yeah, I'm excited about it. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get some more clarity eventually on this card as time comes by. So the next card I want to talk to, of course, is Cloud of Darkness, which I totally skipped back here. Excuse me. There we go. Let's back up a bit here. So, Cloud of Darkness. This is already just a reprint. This is nice because we're getting reprints, which is good. Reprints are great. We want more reprints, especially since TCG product is going out really quickly. That way the collectors have like the first go, right? And I'm a collector. I'm sure a lot of you are collectors. We do want to get our hands on the first go. Thankfully, there hasn't been much. I don't think there's been scalping with the Final Fantasy TCG. There has. It's not really as much, thankfully. The community's been great. You all have been wonderful. Please don't scalp. But if you're going to collect. I mean, obviously, that's okay. But if we do get reprints, it'll give a chance for people who just want to play the game and maybe, you know, just get their hands on like another, you know, the second wave, if you will, of these reprinted cards in whatever format they may come, just to add to their collection, but of course to play with. So it's nice that we get cards like, of course, Cloud of Darkness, which is, of course, a reprint here, followed by our next card, which is the Emperor right here. So the Emperor, again, another reprint, great card. Not much to talk about it. You are familiar with this card. I think we're good. And the next sample, of course, we have here is the Diabolos Legend. This card is a beast. It has been reprinted already. So this is actually the 3rd reprint. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this card is the 3rd reprint. And it is a beast of a card, as you all know. We'll read it. Select up to 2 of the 4 following actions. Choose 1 character costs 5 or more. Break it. Okay. Choose 1 character of cost 4 or less. Break it. Okay. And then activate all forwards you control. Activate all the backups you control. So just a great card. Overall, I found myself using mostly the ability to break 5 or more, and then reactivating backups, which I think is typically on average how this card is used. But it has the added abilities. It's better than Alexander, which Alexander says break a forward. I think it's just a forward of cost 4 or more. But this has a lot more versatility, especially since it targets characters, which include monsters and backups. So it's a really good card. I think this card alone, this one and possibly even the Chaos card, will be worth it. Or even just honestly, any of the cards we've talked about will be just a thing to go for in this in this new set. It's going to play a little differently. To my understanding, how this is going to work is that I believe you get to team up with another player and you will be battling against a boss card or cards, I think. So the gameplay might be different, I'm not sure, but you can still use these cards in competitive play as well. So moving on now to our next card from this is Superroth. So we got a Superroth in here, of course. You gotta have Superroth. Superroth has become like the Blue Eyes White Dragon of the set. Cloud, I think, is like the Dark Magician, right? If I'm doing Yu-Gi-Oh comparisons, as I like to do quite often, because I used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Still a collector here and there. But yeah, so we got Superroth. This one, it comes out of Opus XIII Legend, but it's going to come in this beautiful full art version here. No word if this will be holo or not. Or foil or not. We actually don't know if any of these cards will be foil. I don't know. I'm assuming that some of them will be, of course. So there you go. This is the boss deck, Chaos. And this is, of course, coming out on, as we see here, Friday, March 5th of next month. So really way less than a month, just a few weeks away. I hope you get your hands on it. We will be, of course, reviewing and opening it here on this channel. So please remember, you are subscribing, following, bell, all of that stuff, whatever it might be. So moving on in our news for Final Fantasy TCG, we have, let's see here, what are we moving on to? Oh, yes, of course. We are going up over to our, oops, oh, it's over here. Are talking about the Shadowbringers starter set. It's a 2-player starter set. And according to my notes here, where are my notes on it? Not much, honestly. The only thing I really wanted to talk about this, because it's a little bit sad, is that we had an original release date of June for this starter set, but due to the pandemic and manufacturing problems, that's gone out the window, and now we are seeing a new release date of September. So that's okay. You know, a little bit of a bummer, not the end of the world, but you know, that's okay. We'll get it when it comes. You know, whenever it comes, it comes. So you know, get your hands on some as you can, right? Whenever, as soon as possible, before they go out of stock as well. So shifting focus now back to Opus 13, we got some new spoilers. Reveal kind of stuff, I should say, not really spoilers, but reveals. Amazing stuff. I mean, the more stuff that comes out about Opus 13, I am excited. Again, remember, hopefully you're subbing, you are subscribing to this channel, hitting the thumbs up. Please let me know if you like this stuff or not. Leave feedback, comments, all of it is welcome. It's okay. Be open. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Just be respectful. Well, if you want to insult me, shoot me an email and insult me, whatever. It won't hurt my feelings, but stay respectful to others as well on this channel. I will not tolerate lack of respect toward others, but you all have been great. So just saying it just for any new person that's coming on here. Okay, so we will be, again, what was my whole point of saying that? Oh yes, we will be opening, well, I got a case of Opus 13, but I don't know if we'll open an entire case. That'll be a really long video. So maybe we'll do half. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but stay tuned because we will be opening that. And of course, some pre-release. We'll be going through the pre-release stuff, of course, as well. Oh, and head over to, if you're in the Seattle area, over in Bothell, Washington, head over to Zulu's Board Game Cafe, where they got some fun. They support the Final Fantasy TCG, and they will be doing pre-releases for Opus 13 as well as they have pre-orders, I believe, still available. I don't know. You can go Google and check on them to see if they still have them. They were running out quickly of Opus 13 booster boxes. So anyway, let's jump back into this reveal here. So this one is Materia. Beautiful looking card. Very, very beautiful looking card. So Materia here says you can play 2 or more light characters onto the field. Cool. When Materia enters the field, it's just nice. Just want to acknowledge it's nice to finally have that in a forward. We have that in backup support, kind of in Cosmos. Nice to see this in a forward. When Materia enters the field, you may pay X. Okay, that means a certain amount, 1 or however many CP, When you do so, search for one light forward of cost X. Okay, so if you pay 3, you search for a light forward of cost 3. Cool. And play it onto the field. What? What? Any card, in my opinion, that's just like, hey, search for something and play it for free is incredible. It's a legend. It makes sense to be a legend. It should be a legend. And it says when a light forward other than materia you control is put from the field into the break zone, draw 1 card. Okay, so even if your light forward does somehow get destroyed, wow, you're just gonna end up drawing a card. So really, you lose nothing. Wow, this effect will trigger only once per turn. Okay, honestly, this is the first time I've read this card. Even the next one's this will be the first time I've read it. And it looks like at a quick peek, it's going to be the same thing, but for darks. But if right now for materia, this is incredible. Amazing. You want to be able to abuse this with searching up the big boys, right? The big boys in the deck. You don't want to draw them, especially because you can't discard them for CP. But if you can get them out, or even if you want to, if there's enough like of the small light, there's no multiplayer on it. That'd be crazy if you can play more than one. Yeah, this card is crazy. This card is so good. Wow. This is a card I want. This is a card I need. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on that card. So the next one, of course, is very similar, but this time this is supporting dark variants. Oh my gosh. This card, I think it may be even better because, well, you can play 2 or more dark characters onto the field. Fantastic. Wow. Neo X Death out there. Get Sephiroth out there. Get Spiritus out there. Got a Chaos out there. Oh my gosh. When Spiritus enters the field, you may pay X. Okay. When you do so, search for 1 dark forward of cost X and play it on the field. Okay, when a dark forward other than Spiritus is put from the you control is put from the field into the break zone, use up to 1 forward. Remove it from the game. So this isn't draw a card. Whoa! Choose up to 1 forward. Remove it from the game. I think you have to choose a forward. So if you're the only one left with forwards, I think that kind of sucks. But in that situation, you won't be in that. Okay. This effect will trigger only once per turn. That's crazy. Okay, it is only once per turn. That's funny how they had to put that on. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Otherwise, this card would be super broken and you can really abuse it. But that is crazy. That is crazy. Bring out Spiritus. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's think about this. Can you do this turn 1? Bring out Spiritus. You have discard 1. Bring out Spiritus. You have 4 more cards. 2, 4, 6. So if you want to, if you're being crazy like, you could discard 1, pay for Spiritus, play them, discard the remaining 3, search for Neo X Death, play it. That is crazy. That is huge pressure, turn 1. Gives you a chance to even replenish if you're going to be kind of crazy like that. And now your opponent has to deal with a Neo X Death on their first turn. Wow. Spiritus. Search for Neo X Death. Play it. Pass. Apologize. Be nice. And then say go. Hopefully can deal with that. Oh my gosh, this card's going to be disgustingly good. I'm excited. Let me know what your thoughts are on this card. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so good. All right, moving on to the next thing here is, oh yes, so the pre-release. Exciting stuff. As you can see, let's jump into really quickly what we know so far with the pre-release. We've got a peek into what the sleeves are going to be. This beautiful artwork. Look at that. I'm not sure what this character's from. Let me know in the comments. But it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Just fantastic, fantastic, fantastic art. I'm super excited about it. The pre-release, of course, will be available. It looks like we are still ready for a release date of next month. But I want to say that with caution because there have been delays, right? Not just with our TCG too. There are delays on all TCGs. But hopefully we get this next month. We still don't have an announcement on the pre-release date. This will be part of the pre-release, this deck, this card sleeves here. So I hope I can get my hands on some of these. I actually want to hold on to a few of these, honestly. It just looks beautiful. So let me know what you think about these deck sleeves. I'll probably just buy a few of these separately just to have them. I like to collect just the deck sleeves and keep them sealed. Again, just a nice, beautiful artwork. Now, this is the next card. Okay. Let's just give this next card some crazy, I guess, respect. I don't know. Here it comes. It's crazy. Here it comes. Amazing. 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 This card is so gross. So good. So good, this card. Okay. So I had to do some Googling because I could not remember where this character comes from. This is, I think, the Final Fantasy XIII boss. I believe you pronounce the name Bunnyville's. Bunnyville's? I don't know. Bunnyville's? Something like that? I don't know. Anyway, it is a crazy card. Its job is God, which is nuts. Okay. It comes out of category 13. It's for category 13 support. Yeah, let's give this a read. Okay, now keep in mind, this is the pre-release card that everybody is guaranteed one in a pre-release box. So again, head over to Zulu's Board Game Cafe if you're in Seattle area. I believe they do ship as well. Also, there are folks on the marketplaces over there, like on the Facebook Marketplace, that are also taking in some pre-orders, or at least to be put on a list. I've already got myself on some lists. I'm not going to be like one of those that buys out a whole lot. No. I'm actually trying to get one. Spoiler! I'm trying to get one to do a giveaway to you all. So hopefully I can get my hands on some of these before they go out of before they sell out. So anyway, yes, and we have no final date, of course, on when the official release is going to be. But let's read this card. Let's read this card. It's crazy. So it's 10k power. Okay, right off the bat. I mean, it's just nuts. It looks amazing. The art is fantastic. This is going to be a sick looking foil card. Okay, the cost required to cast. I'm gonna just call him Bunnyville because I don't know how you pronounce it. It sounds cute, so I'm gonna call him Bunnyville. The cast Bunnyville is reduced by 2 for each backup of a different element you control other than multi-element. Okay, we're gonna get into that word in here in just a bit, but let's keep reading. Okay, so we know it's gonna be reduced by 2. That 10 looks scary, and you can kind of see already there's a little bit of a spoiler here that's coming up on the text there. We're gonna jump in here in just a second. So it says damage 3. Bunnyville gains, so if you receive at least 3 points of damage, Bunnyville gains Brave, and Bunnyville can attack twice in the same turn. Okay, you Yu-Gi-Oh players, Lackluster Soldier, Envoy at the beginning. Anyway, attacks twice. So either your opponent's gonna have to take this to the face and take 2 points of damage, or they're gonna lose 2 forwards. Almost guaranteed. Almost guaranteed every time, unless you're clashing into a Braskus. But then even then, still a good trade. Okay, so damage 6. So at least you've gotten at least 6 points of damage. When Bunnyville attacks, choose one character and just break it. You just break it. Oh, I have 6 points of damage. Here comes my bunny. Attack, right? So next turn, right? Attack, unless you can put haste on it or something's crazy. Attack. I'm going to destroy that. Right? Next turn, attack. I shall destroy that too. This card is crazy. Now, let's go back to the beginning of this text here. Okay. The cost required to cast Bunnyville is reduced by 2 for each backup of a different element you control. We play now a lot of multi-element builds. On average, we have at least, we play in at least 2, right? 2 different elements. So it's reduced by 2 for each backup of different element you control. So if you have obviously a fire and earth out there, let's read this carefully, is reduced by 2 for each backup of different element you control. So this should then be reduced. If you have earth and fire reduced by 4, it only costs 6, which is crazy. Not bad at all. If you're playing other builds, I like to do 3 sometimes 4, but 3, right? And I'll have 3 backups of different variants. Then yes, this thing is reduced by 6 and it only costs 4. And it's an earth, which plays well in so many builds. Now, let's talk about multi-element, the wording here. So I have here some nice little text to help us. Kind of a little bit of a spoiler here. It says, so I got this information off of the Square Enix France spoiler. There is some ruling clarity on how multi-element is understood. So this is scope of multi-element. Okay, in the future, there will be instances where multi-element is directly written in the text. Okay, think about it. So think going forward, multi-element should be written in the text. In such cases, if a card has 2 or more elements in a given area, the card will be considered multi-element. Okay? Therefore, Shantoto. The Shantoto we all know, we all love, and we all hate if we have to go up against it, from Opus 1, the insane Shantoto, cost 7. On the field, therefore Shantoto on the field would be multi-element. But anywhere else, it would only be earth element and would not be considered multi-element. Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, but my thoughts are on this. Cards like Shantoto, I believe Kamari, maybe Tyro, perhaps Cosmos and Chaos. I believe these or Bart's even, right? These cards will now be considered multi-element. And so for each backup of a different element you control other than multi-element. So meaning that those cards will not contribute to the cost reduction of Bunnyville. Yes, I call him Bunnyville. Okay. So keep that in mind. I mean, it's kind of a bummer, but not so much of a, of a break here. I think this card is still extremely good. I think running at just 1 in a deck is going to be perfect enough. So yeah, this card is just disgustingly good. I'm excited for it. I hope you are excited for it. Let me know what your thoughts are on this card and all the things that we have discussed in the comments. That's it for today for our news. Thank you again for joining me. Come back tomorrow on our Twitch channel because we're going to be playing some Final Fantasy 14. We're going to be streaming some. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So be patient with me because I tried playing the game a long time ago, like when it first kind of came out. I didn't really like it. Again, I'm not an MMO player, but supposedly it's come a long way. I am a little excited to play it. As you know, behind me, I always have people playing it. I do like to watch people play. So it has caught my interest again. My friend has kind of convinced me on it. A few friends have. So we'll give it a shot again. I think it'll be fun. Join me over there. Please remember, like, subscribe, follow. Also, head over to my Instagram. I am slowly updating that as well. Again, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Remember, you're all wonderful. You're all beautiful. You're all loved. And until next time, bye-bye.